NASA just released an image it never intended for us to see. An object drifting near Jupiter, behaving unlike any comet in history. No tail, no water, just a massive red cloud of gas expanding as if it were a warning. And the question is, if it's not a comet, then what is it? August 2025, NASA begins one of the most ambitious surveys of the sky with its brand new infrared telescope, SPHERE-X. The mission is designed to map the universe in wavelengths invisible to our eyes, revealing everything from the birth of stars to the chemistry of distant galaxies. But in the middle of this massive sweep of the heavens, the telescope finds something far closer and far stranger than anyone expected. At a distance of 2.2 astronomical units from the Sun, roughly the orbit of Jupiter, SPHERE-X locks onto an object unlike any it has seen before. It is small, faint, and drifting silently through space. The catalog marks it as 3I Atlas. That name alone is historic. 3 means this is the third interstellar object ever discovered by humanity. Before it we only knew of 2. Oumuamua spotted in 2017 and Borisov in 2019. Those discoveries shocked the world because they proved for the first time that visitors from other star systems regularly pass through our solar system. And now Atlas has joined their ranks. At first, astronomers expected it to behave like Borisov, a typical comet, only one that happened to wander into our neighborhood from deep space. After all, comets are predictable. They orbit the Sun. Their icy surfaces begin to warm. Water ice sublimates, turns directly into vapor, and a glowing tail of gas and dust streams behind them, painting the blackness of space with light. This is the script comets have always followed. But from the very first observations, it was clear Atlas was not reading from the same script. Instead of a water-rich coma, SPHERE-X detected something completely different. Atlas was venting only carbon dioxide, no visible jets of water, no sparkling trail of dust, only a smooth expanding shell of CO2 surrounding the object. For context, at this distance from the Sunday, February 2nd astronomical units, water usually dominates cometary activity. Carbon dioxide is present, yes, but in small amounts, often hidden beneath the overwhelming production of water vapor. Yet, here was an object where the balance was inverted. Water was nearly silent, and CO2 was the only voice. And not just a little CO2, Atlas was releasing it in enormous amounts, unlike anything seen at this distance. That is when astronomers realized this was not going to be a simple repeat of Borisov. This was something new, something unsettling, an interstellar visitor that behaves nothing like the comets we know. And that one fact, the absence of water, the dominance of carbon dioxide turned Atlas from a minor discovery into one of the most puzzling mysteries NASA has ever recorded. When astronomers first studied 3I Atlas, their eyes weren't drawn to the nucleus, the solid body at his heart, but to the halo of gas surrounding it. What they saw was breathtaking. Atlas was wrapped in a coma nearly 348,000 kilometers across. To put that into perspective, that's almost the distance from Earth to the Moon. Imagine a single object surrounded by a bubble so vast it could swallow our entire planet multiple times over. And unlike the pale translucent comas we've seen around ordinary comets, this one glowed with a deep blood-red hue, a halo unlike anything in the catalogs. At first, researchers assumed this was just an amplified version of normal comet behavior. After all, comets produce comas when the Sun warms their frozen surfaces. But when the spectral data came back, everything changed. This coma wasn't made of water vapor and dust, the basic ingredients of every cometail we've ever observed. Instead, it was composed almost entirely of carbon dioxide. That alone is astonishing. At 2.22 astronomical units from the Sun, comets are typically dominated by water sublimation. The ice boils directly into gas. Jets burst through the crust, and the outward push of sunlight stretches that gas and dust into the familiar tails we see crossing the sky. Carbon dioxide is usually a minor player at this distance, buried beneath layers of ice, released in faint quantities compared to water. But Atlas turns that logic upside down. The data was clear. This object was venting CO2 at a staggering 70 kilograms every second. Imagine the mass of a human body thrown into space every single second, carried away in a silent, invisible stream. And yet, no water vapor, no strong dust trail, just CO2. Why? One theory suggests that carbon dioxide, being more volatile in water, is escaping first and acting like a thermal blanket, cooling the surface and preventing the water ice beneath from reaching the critical temperature to sublimate. Another explanation is that the water lies far deeper under the surface, trapped beneath layers of dust and frozen compounds that sunlight simply can't penetrate. But both theories fall short when you look at the coma structure, because here is the most unsettling part. The coma is too symmetrical. Comas are usually chaotic. They twist, expand unevenly, and reveal the violence of gas jetting into space. But Atlas's coma looks different. Smooth, uniform, almost perfectly spherical. It doesn't look like random venting. It looks organized. Astronomers compared it to comets from the Kuiper belt and even the distant Oort cloud. Icy bodies that occasionally produce more CO2 than water. But even those comets don't create a sphere this large, this uniform, and this strangely consistent. One astrophysicist described it as eerily calm. A structure that doesn't match the explosive, unpredictable nature of sublimation. It's as if Atlas is maintaining the coma rather than simply producing it. And that's where the mystery deepens. Because if this coma were entirely natural, we would expect turbulence. So, what's really going on with Atlas? Is it just another weird, mysterious object in our solar system, or is there something deeper happening here that we just don't understand yet? Honestly, the more we dig into this mystery, the more questions arise. The fact that we're seeing a comet venting CO2 in such large quantities, way more than any comet we've observed before, raises serious doubts about the assumptions we've made about these icy bodies. It's almost like Atlas is breaking all the rules, challenging everything we thought we knew about how comets behave. What's even more fascinating is the coma. Most comets have chaotic, unpredictable comas, but Atlas is completely different. Smooth, uniform, and oddly symmetrical, almost like it's been designed that way. It's almost as if the comet isn't just releasing gas, it's somehow controlling the shape and structure of its coma. That's not something we typically see in nature, right? And when you really think about it, that's what makes this so intriguing. Every new discovery in space opens up 1,000 new questions. It's like the universe is daring us to think beyond the obvious. Is there a new mechanism at play here that we haven't yet discovered? Or is this just a strange anomaly that challenges our understanding of comets and their behavior? One thing is for sure, the more we study Atlas, the more it feels like there's a bigger story waiting to be uncovered. And that's what makes space so exciting. The mysteries are endless, and every new discovery is like unlocking a hidden door to something greater. If you've enjoyed diving into this mystery with us and want to continue exploring the cosmos, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It's the best way to stay updated on all the latest discoveries and cosmic oddities that will keep us all wondering what's out there. And hey, if you've got your own theories or ideas about Atlas, drop them in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. Who knows, maybe together, we'll solve this cosmic riddle. See you in the next video, where we'll continue our journey through the wonders of the universe.